You know, when I was a kid, I loved all-you-can-eat buffets. I mean, first of all, you had the great variety of food to choose from, but second, I got to choose what ended up on my plate. If I want to stack up 6 slices of pizza, I can do that. Jelly donut, corn dog, bacon, and 2 ice cream sundaes? No problem. And if I saw something I didn't like, vegetables, I could just let them sit and pass them by. Yep. A buffet was kind of kid heaven, at least until the stomach ache on the ride home. Now, of course, as you get older, you realize, you just can't eat like that anymore, right? I mean, I can't just eat everything that tastes good and totally ignore the healthy stuff. I mean, we find out, sometimes the hard way, that if we don't eat a balanced diet, our health suffers, and eventually our body begins to break down too. So, this is to pay for all that pizza I ate as a kid. And if you think about it, it's really kind of amazing that there's so many people today that totally get the health thing. They strive to eat healthy, have a strong, fit body, and yet they almost totally neglect their spiritual health. It's kind of like they're content to have well-nourished bodies with malnourished souls. And, we know that if we want to eat healthy, we have things like the food pyramid to guide us and to help us make good nutritional choices. But what about if we want to be spiritually healthy? What's out there that can help us make good spiritual choices? Well, good news. The Catholic Church is way ahead of you there, my friend. You see, Jesus Christ came to call us out of the sickness of sin and into the fullness of abundant life in Him. Jesus is the divine physician, but you could really think of Jesus as the divine dietitian. He made us. He knows and loves us, and so no one knows better than Him what we need to be spiritually healthy. And Christ gave us His church in order to help us achieve that healthy, well-balanced spiritual life, a soul in tip-top shape. See, the church gives us everything that she receives from Christ. So the church offers us the sacraments, the community of believers, and the communion of saints, the holy sacrifice of the Mass, centuries of beautiful moral teaching, and of course that call to serve others that's at the heart of our vocation to grow in love and holiness. But sometimes we run into things, church teaching, that we don't like. Maybe they're just too hard and we tend to just kind of ignore them. We treat them sort of like they're Catholic broccoli, just skip over it and head for the cheesecake. I mean, we're perfectly willing to grab all the Catholic teaching that we like, but then when it comes to the hard stuff, we kind of just turn our nose up at it. I mean, simply put, we all too often treat church teaching like we're eating at a cafeteria. And if we're honest with ourselves, we know that that's really a childish approach to our Catholic faith. And if we continually ignore the less appealing parts of the faith, challenge us, or they're just too hard, or maybe we don't fully understand them, we quickly become spiritually unbalanced, and our souls suffer because of it. See, the church is a complete spiritual banquet. It gives us everything we need for the nourishment of our souls, and everything that the church teaches is given to us by Christ to make sure that our souls are healthy. So it's all important. And if we go through life just kind of picking and choosing what we will believe or won't believe, well, then we're just like that little kid who's filling his own plate at the buffet. But we need a parent who loves us and who knows what's good for us to help us make healthy choices. The church is our mother, and the church knows what we need because Christ knows what we need. And Christ established the church. So don't be a cafeteria Catholic. Accept with joy all that the church has to offer. I mean, the full Catholic banquet, even the tough stuff. And I think you'll be surprised to find that you'll be both healthy and satisfied with the life that Jesus intends for you. And of course, if your soul is still hungry, well, you can always come back for seconds.